Good morning. Welcome to Speaking of Animals. My name's Jeffrey Ritter. I'm with the Flagler Humane Society. And if you are a fan of Speaking of Animals, we talk about a lot of issues here, people from around the world and what they're doing with the animals. But today it's gonna be a little different today because we have two young ladies that are helping animals, but in a different way than a lot of people that we talked to on the show in the past. So they are a musical group called Mandatory, and it stands for the two ladies, Mandy Sagal and Tori Okino. They are two musicians that with their talents they create a colorful and powerful sound beyond their years. And they've been performing together since they were young girls, and they have grown into a talented singing and songwriting duo. They moved from their home in Wisconsin to Nashville in January 2013 and are now making their mark in Nashville and breaking into country music right now. So everybody help me give a big welcome to Mandy and Tori of Mandatory. So welcome to the show, girls.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here. So, we're going to talk about your work with the animals a little bit later in the show, but I think your guys' story is really interesting. You guys have been friends for a long time, right?
Very long. Almost kind of feels like forever. We met when we were 8 years old in Green Bay, Wisconsin, so we went to school together for quite some time. Yeah, Tori was new to the school district, and I felt bad for her because we were all going out to recess and no one asked her to play. She was just going to sit inside all by herself.
Oh, no.
So I was like, well, hey, what's your name? And she's like, Tori. Well, my name's Mandy. You want to play with me at recess? And then from that moment on, we've just been best friends since.
Nice. And then when did you all start playing music together?
We found a love for music. We found that we each played piano, and then it kind of grew into a wedding business. Freshman, sophomore year in high school, and we did, over 100 weddings over the course of being in Green Bay, providing, ceremony and cocktail hour music.
And didn't you first play together when you were like 10?
Yes, we sang in church together.
So that's how you guys started. Well, as I used to play piano when I was young too, and then in high school that I started playing the pipe organ, so I know that was my job. So yeah, so I turned it into a job for a while there, so I know how that is.
Exactly.
And then plus two, you guys kind of did the same thing because you were doing. I know you guys have done a lot of weddings and other stuff like that too, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we really liked that. That was a great way to make money.
Yeah.
That's actually how we ended up in Nashville. That money from all of the weddings got us here.
Yep, I know that paid for my first couple of years of books in college, so I know how you feel. It's a good job. It's a good job when you're in high school and you're young,
It is. Well, all the kids our age were like going out, hanging out at parties, and we were, studying music pretty much every day, rehearsing, and then we go. We had like bride meetings, and we're like 16, and these brides walk in, they're like, so where are the musicians? Who's going to be playing? We're like, we're right here. Like, oh my gosh, you're like kids, and then they would hear it, and they're like, oh my gosh,
wow,
we're really good.
Wow. So, that's great. That's great. And then, so now you have made the move to Nashville. How's it going out there?
It is going well.
We've been here for almost 3 years now, and we've really learned the craft of songwriting, and we've met a lot of great people. We've been recording. We're actually in the studio today recording.
Oh,
we
nice.
are, yep. So we're working on, as of right now, we're working on a new EP. We've been really developing a sound, so this will be really cool to showcase that on our new CD.
Nice. And then, you're working on the new CD now, correct?
We are.
Okay.
Yep.
And then is your tour going on right now, or is that going to be once it hits, or how's that going?
The tour is kind of really, as we get them scheduled, we're kind of doing everything all at once right now.
Gotcha.
But our first date that we're taking, the concert out is September 25th.
That'll be in Kentucky.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Because I know, what's it called? Life is Mandatory?
It is, yep.
Nice. Okay. And I know you guys have some really great videos on the internet. You guys have your own YouTube channel, or where can somebody see some more of your work?
Yeah, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got some songs up on our website. We're pretty much everywhere. And then soon, when this EP hits, we'll be on iTunes.
And it's Manditori, so there's two I's. Sometimes people get confused.
Yes.
Yeah, about how we spell our name.
Thank you for saying that, because I'm glad you mentioned it, because it can be confusing. And I know you guys do some really good covers too. I love the Katy Perry one you do, and no, it's great. And
thank you.
Yeah, and then so you guys are working on new music. When are you expecting the CD to come out?
We're hoping by the 1st of November or the first week in November.
Mm-hmm.
These things, it's crazy how, we're like, we'll just throw 5 songs on here, but it's unbelievable just how much time and energy goes into creating even just 5 songs. Like it takes a while. You're in the studio all day.
All day. It's long days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's really long days. And then, so this is all original music, the new CD coming out, right?
It is. Yep. We have written every song that's on there, co-written. Yep. All of them, but we definitely had a lot to do with the words.
Nice.
That you'll be hearing.
Nice. And then you guys are playing a lot in Nashville these days?
Yeah, we try to play out as much as we can here. But as of right now, we're doing a lot of the behind the scenes kind of work, creating the sound and writing. And as soon as we get this EP out, we'll probably be playing out more.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been a lot of fun so far?
Oh, it's been a blast.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot in the last couple years, for sure.
I feel like it doesn't even feel like it's been 3 years. It's like, no. It feels like 6 months we've been here.
Sometimes I'll talk to my mom and she's like, you realize you are only 21.
Exactly.
And like, you are not 40 right now, so slow down. Take a breath here.
Exactly,
So we've learned so much, in the last couple of years, even just living on your own and paying bills and having a job that, if you don't go to the grocery store, you're not going to have food in your refrigerators. So just things like that, we've learned so much and grown that way. And then with our music, being surrounded by all the talent in Nashville, you can't not get better at what you're doing.
You have to step up your game.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, we want to get a little taste of what you guys are working on. So if you could, let us hear a little bit, please.
Sure. So we'll do Park, and it's going to be on the EP. And we kind of wrote it from a girl's perspective, because we hear a lot of truck songs on the radio coming from a male perspective. So we're like, well, we want to write some from female perspective. So this is the chorus of Park.
Okay.
I love Park. Sitting at a start, sliding under his arms, feeling those sparks, where we know so far. I'm holding his hand as he's holding my heart. I don't care if this old truck don't start. My favorite gear is Park.
Nice. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much. That was great. And we are going to take a break, and we'll be right back, okay?
That sounds good.
All right. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. My guest today is Mandi Sagal and Tori Okino, better known as the musical group Manditori. And you guys do a lot of work for animals. And I just want to give a little background on how we found out about Manditori is from the Best Friends Animal Society National Conference that was a few months ago in Atlanta. And Best Friends Animal Society is a national organization. They have a big animal sanctuary out in Utah, but they also do a lot of help with shelters around the country, including Flagler Humane Society. We are a network partner of theirs. So basically what that means is we report to them how we're doing, and then they kind of get those statistics, that data, and show kind of how the country's doing. And part of that is they put on a big national conference every year. here at different places throughout the country, where you can kind of network, learn about things that are happening in our industry and what's going on. And these young ladies were there and took part in it. So can you tell us about the conference and your all's experience there?
Yes, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest part for me is that there were just so many animal lovers like myself all in one area. And that doesn't happen a whole lot. And it was just so cool to see everybody's inspiring stories and hear. I mean, you just kind of leave that conference feeling really refreshed and like motivated. Yeah, you just want to go out and do something great.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun, and it can get kind of crazy when you have all that energy all in one place. But yeah, all that. So, you all, so I know you guys, you have cats now, correct?
Well, between the two of us, we have 6 animals.
Okay.
Just 1 dog and 5 cats.
Oh, okay. Just 1 dog. I've seen your cat on Facebook with the headphones on and everything, so that's why I didn't know about the dog, but I knew there were cats in the house somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have been big animal lovers all your life then, right?
Pretty much. I mean, I grew up with cats mainly, and then as I started getting older, dogs. Mm-hmm. Tori's always had a dog, and they just recently got cats. Yeah, so we have always been huge animal lovers.
I mean, just helping animals, even ones that are stray, we always will stop and make sure that they, are find a place to go. Don't just leave them.
Yeah, we don't ever turn our backs, especially when we, especially in Tennessee. I don't know how it is up in the north, but compared to Tennessee, it's like there's so many strays here. Mm-hmm. We're from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so up north I never really saw that about strays, but down here, so I mean, I am always picking up animals. Off the side of the road. And really? I have my local, no-kill animal shelter that I always contact. And that always helps me out when I find all these strays.
So you all are notorious ones that bring them in all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Without a doubt, never fails.
Never fails.
I saved it just recently an orange tabby cat, and I work at a chiropractic office, and I had this cat in my arms, and Dr. Moore came out and he was like, "All right, you got to check out these patients." And I was like, "I am not leaving this cat, so he either is coming inside in the building, or I'm going to take him now." He was like, "Oh my gosh, here we go again." Like, it's just always happening.
Always happening. So, with that, you guys love animals, and you take your tour to shelters to help them with fundraising. You put on a little show for them. One of them, it says it's one of your favorites, is Happily Ever After Animal Sanctuary. So, tell us what you're doing for them and what you're doing to help the animals, please.
So we last fall had our first show with them. And that was the first one we ever did. That was called Life is Mandatory. And we raised for them in that night $15,000 for their shelter.
Wow.
So, yes, and in return, there was actually somebody in the audience that ended up donating a building. So now they're building a new adoption center.
That's great.
But we went and visited they have a sanctuary and an adoption center, and we're really, really impacted by the amazing work that these people do day in and day out. They don't get a day off. Mm-hmm. And they do it, even like the volunteers, they do it for nothing. Mm-hmm. Right. It's so amazing. It's incredible. So we love Happily Ever After, and, they don't turn away animals. They always, even ones with like feline leukemia, those are most likely put down in other shelters. They're the first to go, but they keep them all their non-kill shelter. Amanda Wright is, the founder of that, and she just got such a big heart, and they do so many amazing things for the Green Bay community. Mm-hmm. So having a concert there was just like absolutely perfect and fitting in every way, and we were so glad that we could help them. Mm-hmm. Now they get to open a whole new adoption center, and so many great things are happening from that. So it's amazing to see Happily Ever After start to spread.
So that's back in Green Bay then, correct?
Yeah,
so you
right in our hometown.
You got to have a nice little homecoming then, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Everyone is always very, very welcoming. Yeah.
They're glad to see you come back?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. You're always happy to have us back.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, we were good kids. We didn't do anything bad in the town, so everyone likes us there as of right now.
Well, at least we think.
Yeah.
So far. So you put this show on there. Have you done this in other places, or are you plan to, or
Yes.
Okay, where else are you going?
Our second show that's coming up right now is in September, September 25th.
And that's for Forever Homes for Paws.
It's in Kentucky.
Okay.
So we're doing, that for that shelter. And then we're also coming back in November back home again in Green Bay and doing another Life is Mandatory concert for Happily Ever After. And then, right now we're really trying to promote the idea.
Which is why we were at the conference in Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah. Trying to promote the concept of Life is Mandatory and just how it's such a turnkey fundraising solution so that the animal shelters aren't
planning anything.
They're not planning, and we take that, so that they can focus on saving lives and doing a million things that they're trying to do.
Yep.
The shelter, it's so hard to, it's very time consuming to create events like that.
Oh, yes.
So we bring it already done.
Yep, already done. Yep, and hopefully raising a lot of money and other great things come from that.
Exactly.
I just think it's awesome that, we're here every week talking about stuff people are doing for animals, and it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of things that people do. But I think it's really cool how, you've developed a formula that you can just bring and, you're playing music and doing something that you love, but you're still, doing a big service to these organizations, especially if you're raising $15,000 in one night. You're still doing a lot of good for everybody. So
exactly.
Right.
Well, like we always say, music is our platform for the world, and saving animals and saving lives that's our purpose. So it's been really, really cool to be able to combine the two and take it out and
it's easy for us to stand up on the stage and preach about,
yes.
loving animals because we're such animal lovers,
Yes, and then doing it, walking the talk's a different thing. So is there going to be a mandatory animal shelter soon in Nashville or further down the road?
We talked about it. Someday we want to open a Life is Mandatory animal shelter, a no-kill animal shelter, save them all. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, well, we look forward to seeing that. So, all right, so we are going to take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Speaking of Animals. My guests today have been Mandatory, Mandy and Tori, a musical group that helps out animals with their concerts. Real active on your social media. So how can we get a hold of you if we want to hear your music or see what you guys do?
Yeah, we have a website. It's www.mandatory.com. And that is spelled Manditori, and that we've got that on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything.
So it's at Mandatory on Twitter?
Yes.
All right,
at
good
Mandatory, and I think our Instagram is official Mandatory because someone stole our name.
Oh, no.
That.
That's unbelievable, yeah. And then, and it stands for Mandy and Tori, so there's some great young ladies helping out a lot of people. I just want to let everybody know at Flagler Humane Society, we have started back our wellness clinics. They're every Wednesday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then we do them on the first and third Saturdays of the month from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Saturdays, we have our low-cost shot clinic, so you can basically be a full-service stop at Flagler Humane Society now for anything your pet needs. And we're also doing heartworm, flea, and tick preventatives now, too. So we can do everything you need, real low cost. So please come on down and check us out. You need an appointment for wellness clinic, so just give us a call at 445-1814. Thanks, girls, for being with me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right. So thanks for being here, and I want to thank everybody for listening to Speaking of Animals.
Speaking of Animals, airs Saturday mornings at 8 on 1550 AM, 106.3 FM, and worldwide at WNZF.com, live or by podcast. Do you have a story you'd like to share with us about a special pet or a question for our medical or behavioral experts? Contact us at radio@FlaglerHumaneSociety.org. And don't forget to view all the wonderful animals waiting for you to give them a forever home at FlaglerHumaneSociety.org.